Hi there, my name is Ziebart with Plant-Based for Life. You are watching Quick Cooking Classes. We're going to be doing some grilling. We're doing it inside on a grill pan, but these can easily be done on a grill outside. I just wanted to give you an idea of all of the different types of things you can grill, everything from savory treats to sweet treats. So please join me up in my kitchen. Hello, hello, and welcome. So as you can see, I have a cast iron grill pan. Now, I do not season my cast iron. This is actually the only regular cast iron pan that I have. I have one that's ceramic coated, that's more of a Dutch oven. And I use this one because it's got the little ridges, so it makes lovely grill marks. But I do not oil my pan, and I do wash it with soap and water. I know that's sacrilege to some folks, but I want you to think about a cast iron pan that has been coated with oil that has not been washed. So that oil is cooked over and over and over again, and that is not such a good thing. So yes, I do wash and dry my grill pan. I've had this one for years and it holds up just fine. So what we're going to do for tonight is we are going to turn this on very high, the highest setting. We're gonna make it hot, hot, hot. So you can see some of the things that we have going on for grilling today. You can see some fruit, mushrooms, some whole grains, veggies. We have a lot of stuff going on. So what I want to do is I actually want to start with a couple of the very quick cooking things. So I'm going to leave one quick cooking thing to the end because it's a special surprise for tonight. But I do want to show you how to grill watermelon and to grill pineapple. So our main dish for tonight is going to be grilled portobello mushroom burgers, Hawaiian style. So we're going to use coconut aminos to give it kind of a teriyaki taste. We're going to marinate our mushrooms and our pineapple in coconut aminos, and it'll give that just a little bit of a sweet and savory flavor. So let me just show you what I did. This is a fresh pineapple. I got the really coolest tool today. When I heard about these, I thought there's no way that they work as well as they look like they work. They really do. So it was just a few dollars, and you cut off the top and bottom of your pineapple, and then this goes over the core, and then you just twist, 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 and you get perfect little rings. It all comes out in a huge spiral, so you have to slice it down all the way down to get, your little rings. But it's fantastic, really, really good. So a couple of things if you are grilling fruit. What you don't want to do is get super ripe fruit. You really want ones that are just starting to ripen, maybe even a touch green. The reason for that is because you want it to be able to hold up on the grill. And if you did, for example, this is a nectarine, but you could do apricots, peaches, whatever, any kind of stone fruit. But if you got it too ripe and you tried to separate it like this, it would just turn to mush in your hand. It would be delicious, but not very grillable. And so you want it to be a little bit firm so that you can slice it, get that pit out, and throw it on the grill. So as far as the watermelon and the nectarines go, I'm not going to add any marinade to them, but I have on a couple of slices just added a little sprinkle of coconut aminos. So this is one of the coconut aminos brands that I like. One thing you got to watch out for is added sugar. So we really don't want added sugar. This is already sort of a sweet product all by itself, so we don't want to use a ton of it, but we really want to stay away from the ones that add even more sugar. So our grill pan is feeling pretty good. So I'm just going to pop in the pineapple rings that I already marinated. So you can just, a couple of minutes is all you need. If you marinate them for too long, they will actually start to break down on you. So that's not what we want. Now, as far as the watermelon goes, I'm not going to do anything to it. So you do want to Keep the rind on because it's a nice firm thing for your tongs to get hold of. And just think about where your lines are and how you want the lines to show up on your fruit. And literally it takes a minute or two per side and that's it. So I'm just gonna leave those sit for just a minute. Avocado is another thing you can grill. Avocado is delicious just by itself, but pop that pit out and plunk it on the grill and you'll get some lovely grill marks and a little bit of that flavor. Why do we grill things? We grill them because it adds flavor. It adds caramelization if there's sugar, any sugar at all in there, which all fruits and vegetables are carbohydrates. So they do have some. As far as mushrooms go, it is more about adding savoriness. Plus, we always want to cook our mushrooms. So I have a Portobello mushroom, and we just want to make sure that if it's got a stem, you can either just pluck it right out, or you can just trim it so that it's flat with the edge. I'm just going to trim this a little bit because I'm actually going to squish this down a little bit as I cook it. So I'm just going to trim a little bit more off of that stem. I've already washed and dried these. One of the things I highly recommend that you do is to score the top and score it fairly deeply. So just maybe a 1/2 inch apart, but go maybe another 1/2 inch down as well, because we want to get as much marinade in there inside the flesh of the mushroom as possible. So you can see pretty deep scoring. And then I did the exact same thing, just coconut aminos. Keep it really simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Another marinade that I love for Portobello mushroom burgers, though, is one that my friend made for me, and it was a balsamic marinade. And basically, it was just balsamic dressing, some Italian seasoning, a little bit of nutritional yeast, and marinate it. Now, we want to make sure that, okay, remember what I said, just like a couple of minutes on each side for the fruit. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these. Look at those gorgeous grill marks. Oh, it smells really good too. Look at how beautiful that is. Super easy and so fast. Let's put this watermelon. It's looking great too. Look, it's starting to soften. You'll still have some crisp juiciness in the middle. It's making my mouth water just thinking about it and smelling it here. So highly recommend you give this a whirl. It is delightful. So one of the things we want to make sure is that our mushroom gets cooked enough. And so the things that take the longest to cook that we have here on our platter are the mushrooms and the corn. Now, that being said, corn, you can eat it just like this. This is raw. You could eat it just like this. It's totally fine. But we kind of want to spend a little bit of time getting some grill marks all over our corn. And that does take a little bit of time. So keep that in mind. You might want to consider when you're doing your mushrooms, turning down your heat or turning down your flame a little bit so that it cooks all the way through. Or you could pre-bake them and then you could just slap some grill marks on there, however you want to do that. But this one here has been marinating for a while. You want to marinate it at least 10 minutes, maybe even an hour. These can stand up to a lot more time in the marinade. Again, nice deep score marks. Turn it over in the marinade, scoop some over, making sure it doesn't have to be swimming in it, but just make sure that you're using the marinade to its full benefit. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, that's it. That is how fast the fruit is. So fast. So that is our pineapple and our watermelon. How quickly did that come together? So we have some other things happening here. The zucchini, that also takes a little bit of time. The asparagus is very quick. So you want to think about onions will take a little bit more time. You want to kind of plan ahead and think, okay, what is going to need to sit on here longer? If you have a big grill, which most of us have something bigger than this, then you'll be able to time that better and use your time more efficiently. So I'm going to start with my portobello mushroom face down. Top down, I guess, not face down. Top down. And I'm just going to quickly show you, pop these corn on here too. So there are a couple of different ways that you can prepare corn for the grill. You can, shuck it, take all the threads off, and then just grill it. I cut this one in half because I have a small grill pan to work with here, but you can do full size on the grill. And then just turn until it looks like you have, grill marks all the way around. That is one method. Another thing you can do is to take a whole head of corn, ear of corn is called, a whole ear of corn, and leave it inside its husk. So a couple of things that I highly recommend that you do, actually you really need to do, is cut the end off. Whoop, that'll make your life so much easier rather than trying to pluck all that out. You're going to have to peel back the leaves and then remove the rest of the threads, peel the leaves all the way back, make sure it's nice and clean. See, this process is a little bit more time consuming and tedious, so it's not my cup of tea. But if you have the patience, you have an opportunity to season the inside of your corn. So what you have to do, you must soak all of this in water. Make sure it's submerged in water, all of the ones you plan to cook this way, and soak it for at least a couple of hours. Then you can season the inside of this. So add whatever your favorite seasoning is. I would add maybe, those of you who know me know I love this stuff, Chipotle seasoning maybe, or any kind of herbs, anything you like, garlic and onion powder, all sorts of lovely things. And then redress it, put its clothes back on, and grill it like this, turn. And basically what you're doing is you're steaming the inside of that corn. And then when it's done, wait for it to cool a bit, then peel those leaves off, and yum. Okay, let's have a look and see how we're doing here. You can go ahead and lift this up and see you've got grill marks on there already. I'm gonna go ahead and flip that. Look at those beautiful grill marks. Absolutely gorgeous. Give your corn just a quarter turn. You don't want to turn it all the way over, just a quarter turn to keep that going. Now let me show you how I prepare my zucchini when I grill it. You don't have to lock this off. This is edible. The end of your zucchini, both ends are totally edible, but just for prettiness for today, I'm just gonna lop off the smallest amount possible. Now is the tricky part. This is the part where I want you to be very careful. We don't want to cut ourselves. So keeping your fingers as far back as possible, slice all the way through. Now, I like about a third of an inch width. Again, very carefully. Now, what you could do is use that firm end and then that flat end and then slice it this way, and that will give you a more stable cutting surface. But I'm going to live on the wild side here and just go ahead and cut up my whole zucchini this way. Again, be very careful here. I don't want to hear about any lopped off fingertips, okay? And then you just take your little zucchini steaks and plop. I'm going to put them at just a little bit of an angle. Think about what you want your grill marks to look like. Now, these are going to take a few minutes aside. All of these take at least a few minutes aside. Just keep paying attention. Don't go too far from that grill. I don't know if you can see that, but there's already some brightening of the yellow over here and a little bit of grill mark. So very exciting. Now, as far as pop my pineapples out of the way here. As far as the asparagus goes, all we want to do is when you have an asparagus bundle, the ends are going to be a little bit more fibrous. You can leave them on and people just won't eat them. But the easiest way to get rid of the fibrous end is to hold your asparagus at both ends and snap. So that is all fibrous. The rest of it should be luscious and soft and good to eat. You could do that for each one, or you can just take it and then cut it off at the same length. Whatever you liked, it's entirely up to you. Now, don't forget about other things you can grill. You could grill broccoli. You just want to keep them long enough so they don't fall through. You can grill the stalk. You just want to peel off and trim off the really fibrous part. But the stalk of broccoli, the stalk of cauliflower, these are really, they're very sweet. They're really lovely. Don't just trash those. That's good stuff in there. Another thing that people love to grill is romaine lettuce. Isn't that crazy? So just slice it down the middle like this. If you have a heart, a romaine heart, of course you all have hearts, a romaine heart, just slice it down the middle and plop it on the grill just like that. It's delicious. Something to try. Another thing that people love to grill is spring onions. There are larger ones too that are most often grilled. These are delicious on the grill. I'm not a huge onion fan myself, but it's really, really good. Absolutely. Fiber is a good thing to keep, but we want to make sure that our eating is also pleasurable, and that fibrous end is not so much fun to eat. If you can tolerate it, you like it, then go for it. Absolutely. Eat that fiber. Sorry, the question was, shouldn't you eat the end of the fiber, or sorry, the end of the asparagus, because it is full of fiber. So yes, if you would like to do that, if that sounds like fun for you, then go for it, because it's certainly edible. Okay, so I think my mushroom burger looks done to me. It's starting to shrink a little bit. And yes, yum. That looks really, really delicious. Okay. All right, and now you can see, I might have left these on maybe another 30 seconds or so, but you can see these lovely diagonal grill marks. So beautiful. And my corn is looking gorgeous as well. Just a little bit of scorch marks, bright yellow color from the corn. You can take that off whenever you like. As I said, you can eat it raw or, cook it as long as you like. One of the things I really like to do for burgers, my husband loves this, is to take fat slices of onion. So you want, at least 3/4 of an inch, because you need them to be able to hold up while they're on the grill. So I'm going to do 2 of these. So all you want to do is peel off that outside layer. We want the whole thing, because when you grill it like this, you just grill it like a burger, like a patty or anything else, and it'll stay together for you. If you pull it apart, it's going to fall through if you're working on a barbecue, like an actual fire grill. So just plunk it on here. Boink. And this again is going to take a little bit longer, but it is going to be delicious, because those natural sugars in the onion are going to caramelize the outside of the onion and make it sweet and a little bit smoky tasting and absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to share with you today was my special drizzle for the corn. I will be sharing this recipe with everyone on my email list. So if you're on my email list, you will get this. If you're not on my email list, get on it and I will give it to you. So this is basically Chipotle sour cream. So what I've done is I've taken my favorite sour cream recipe, which is basically silken tofu and a little bit of other stuff, which I will share with you. Added some, oh my gosh, that onion is already smelling good. Add some Chipotle seasoning. Again, you can add some chili. You can add whatever kind of flavors you like. You could add dill. You could add all sorts of fun things. And also added a little extra powdered onion and powdered garlic just to give it a boost in flavor. And then use that as your creamy drizzle for your corn. So that will, I love corn all by itself. I think it's sweet and delicious and fantastic. But for those of us that are missing things like butter and all that, this is a fantastic add. So I have a little plate going over here. I'm going to go drizzle some of this on it, and I will show you that at the end. So we are almost done here. I really like the middle of my whatever I'm grilling in terms of fruits and vegetables to still have a little bit of that freshness, the juiciness. We don't want to grill things until they're completely dried out. That is no fun. So these are grilled on the outside plenty of cooked, but still a little bit juicy. You can still feel a little firmness on the inside. So I'm going to call those done. My plate over here is absolutely gloriously full of deliciousness. All right, let's have a look at this onion. I don't think it's ready. Make sure to grasp the whole thing when you turn it so that it does not come apart on you. You want it to stay together, then you can separate it once you're done. So,
like the Chipotle sauce would be good for other veggies as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm going to add popcorn to the list.
Oh, popcorn. That would be fun. Yeah. So, if you are wanting to jazz up your veggies, or if you have somebody in your life that is struggling to get those veggies in, think of some creative sauce. There's a million creative sauces out there. If you want to, I have a bunch, but if you just Google whole food plant-based sauces, of millions, literally millions will show up. Great idea. Thank you, Debbie. So these are nectarines. And again, make sure that they're a little bit firm. If they're too overdone, they're just going to fall apart on you. So you want to have them be a little bit firm, and then place them face down on your grill. Remember, think about what you want those lines to look like. So I'm going to leave this for just a moment, and I'm going to show you what we have so far. I don't think I need to say any words. Do I need to say words? No, this really speaks for itself. So that was the popcorn, or popcorn, I should say. That was the corn. It does pop if you leave it on there long enough. So I just want to show you what's under here. So I've got my grilled pineapples. So I have this sort of sweet and teriyaki savory burger with my portobello mushroom and my grilled pineapple, grilled wedges of pineapple. Don't put anything on them. They're glorious just like that. Same with the zucchini, little steaks of zucchini. Then I've got my corn here with this glorious creamy drizzle. It's going to be so good. Now let me show you, I have a dessert that I prepared specially for you. So let me show you what that's going to look like. I'm just popping it out of my freezer here. How does cinnamon roll nice cream sound to you? So let me show you how I made it. So nice cream, I'm not going to go through the whole process. I'm just going to describe it to you. Nice cream, right? Frozen bananas blended, boom, we're done. I added just a smidge of plant milk and a little bit of, sorry, I got to turn this or else we're going to have popcorn in this pan. I don't think that's actually the way that it works. But so nice cream, just simple nice cream. Then what I did is separately, I made date syrup, only thicker. So I took 3 or 4 dates and blended it in just a little bit of soaking water. And then I added a teaspoon or 2 of cinnamon to it, blended it. You would not believe how crazy good it is and how much it tastes like cinnamon. So I made my made the banana ice cream, put it in this dish, and then I took the date syrup with the cinnamon in it. And then I just kind of very gently worked a spoon in and out like this, just so that we'd have some lovely swirls of cinnamon roll nice cream. Brand new recipe coming your way. All right, let's have a look at our, probably shouldn't do that with my hands. Let's be safe here, folks. See, look at those gorgeous grill marks. I'm gonna flip these over because they are a little green. So we do want to soften them up a little bit with this heat. Let's check on our onion while we're here. I would do more than that. I would keep cooking it until it was much more caramelized than this, maybe turning it and then separate it once you're ready to eat it. It will, because there's a lot of water in onion, it'll shrink down on you and really be very, very flavorful. Okay, so here's my special dessert bowl. You like my enormous dessert bowl? And now normally I wouldn't recommend you do this because I just touch these to my onion, but for expediency's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Plop these on here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now and let that finish cooking on its own. And then these hot halves of nectarine are going to be glorious as they melt the cinnamon roll nice cream. I'm just going to plop a scoop right there. And I'm going to plop a scoop right over here. You know what? That is absolutely luscious. And the cinnamon sweetness, the cinnamon roll sweetness is going to go beautifully with these stone fruit. Let that nice cream melt a little bit and then enjoy. We talked about a lot of different things that you can grill here. And how long did that take us? I really didn't do much prep. I really didn't. Most of what needed to be done, you saw me do. So this is very, very fast. And you can definitely do it on the grill outside. Highly recommend. So here's our luscious sweet treats. Here's our glorious savory goodness. And thank you for watching.